This program depicts results of the collaboration among Yale University faculty members and New Haven public school teachers that has occurred since 1978 through the Yale-New Haven Teachers Institute. Fellows of the Institute participate in a 5-month program of seminars led by Yale faculty members and prepare detailed curriculum units to introduce the seminar subject in school courses.
And by our constructing the units, we gear it for student involvement, and they retain more, they learn more. Simple as that, and they remember it.
It's also allowed me to develop curriculum that I've wanted to develop for a while, but I didn't think I had the time for it. But being in the Institute, you seem to make the time and find the time. And they've been very, very receptive, which reinforced for me that you can teach children anything. All you have to do is make it interesting, make it exciting, and they're completely open to it.
See, tomato comes from here. The word itself, tomato, is tomato. It's from Nahuatl. Nahuatl tomato. Chocolato is from here. Chocolate.
My involvement in the Institute has enhanced my teaching tremendously. At one time, I was trying to teach from archaic materials, and it was really outdated. I had to go out and scrounge and try to find information to bring back to the classroom that was sort of up to date. And a friend of mine introduced me to the Yale-New Haven Teachers Institute. I said, oh wow, this is great. I'm really going to enjoy this.
The Yale-New Haven Teachers Institute is one of those hidden jewels that is not fully understood either by Yale nor by the town, because it brings two teaching bodies together, and through bringing them together, it influences, without any doubt, the nature of teaching in the New Haven school system.
I see the Institute playing a major, major role, you know, other than the individual one that they've played with teachers, really to become the hub around which we base in-service, staff development, and curriculum development.
I was simply overwhelmed by their ability to apprehend common ground, to seize it, to stay on it, and to work together. So far from feeling that collegiality was something that had to be established, I simply marveled at its presence from the beginning.
You have to believe in education as one of the very, very sensitive spots about rejuvenating the city. And it's not just New Haven, it's all cities. The educational system is vital to our having the cities come back. And we aren't going to get out of this unless we can excite these kids, get them motivated to learn things, to go on, to work out real job opportunities for themselves. The core of the program of the Yale-New Haven Teachers Institute is to have teachers from the New Haven public school system work closely with the Yale faculty.
One of the most rewarding aspects of the Institute for me has been my opportunities to work with Yale professors. It's a very reciprocal type of arrangement that I feel that I get as much from the situation, and I really think that all the professors that I have had have gotten almost as much as I have gotten.
Well, first of all, the opportunity to be able to sit down and talk with senior faculty about topics of interest to teachers is a plus. And it's nice to be able to collaborate with people who are really on the cutting edge of research.
Coming out of college, I thought that my writing skills were where they should be. And with the Institute and my exposure to some of the Yale professors, they took me from where I thought I had it all together and brought me to another level. They had me look at my work with a more critical eye, and each year I've felt I've gotten better and better.
And if we can get these teachers to view Yale as a interesting place, accessible, and if they come to a seminar and they get stimulated and learn new things, well, that's what education's all about.
There's a ripple effect of once being here and finding out how much exciting and ever-changing stuff is going on campus that it opens up a world for the fellows. And that 1 year of being in the book, being in the directory, being officially a part of Yale University. I think what's different, though, about teachers who've been to the Teacher Institute and that they have entree to a group of objects. And in this regard, have more entree maybe than 99% of the people at Yale, because they've worked on the pieces in that collection, and so they make a certain kind of sense to them. They feel as though they can manage them themselves.
I became involved in the Institute because I wanted to develop materials to motivate students, improve attendance and academic achievement. And I was able to do that through the Teachers Institute. It is teacher leadership and teacher generated.
We took with Professor Bloomer. And this is Tenochtitlan. It's a model of the city of Tenochtitlan, which is the original site of what's now Mexico City. The Spanish built the Mexico City on top of this metropolis.
The function of this institute as a program that produces seminars is invite the teachers to be the creative half of the seminar. It's not a matter of the faculty coming in and giving them the latest strategies, you know, on public problems or teaching. In fact, to the contrary, I learned more. I think I learned more about things than they did, if I was to be really honest about it. I learned more about New Haven, about problems of teaching.
Not only teachers enrich each other, but also we as teachers enrich the faculty of Yale University. And that's something that we don't talk about. Because I see in every single seminar that I've gone to, there is some light that we throw into the atmosphere of the university. And I think that we should be very proud of that.
My curriculum was close to my heart. So I felt like my time with the seminar and organizing my curriculum and then bringing it back and using it with my classroom students enabled them to grow and to experience history, plus to explain to me what they were feeling.
I think the grassroots, we, the teacher, plays an important part in deciding what we want to do, and we have some ownership. And therefore, I think most of us, I think, are more active. And I think that's why we keep coming back, is that we know we have some ownership. Someone's not telling us what to do. We actually have a say-so.
The seminars in the Teachers Institute they're a moment of intellectual peace and quiet. No one's monitoring the halls, no one's on cafeteria duty. It's really a space where people can talk about ideas and books and images with colleagues and peers, in a way that I think often feels rejuvenating.
The best experience I had was actually working with the teachers. It was very refreshing to meet a group that was so motivated and who came to the seminars so avid for information and for intellectual stimulation and exchange.
The work is so challenging in developing the unit that we cannot help to help each other. And that's one of the things that I always cherished in a seminar.
Make a bit of a nice network for us, because like we sit around, we throw out ideas to each other, and sometimes we say, wow, I can do that. We had to do a lot of research into the topics that we chose to write on. And so therefore I know a lot more about it than I normally would have known. And then by sitting down making actual lessons around each concept that we write about, I'm more prepared in my teaching with the kids. So I know exactly what I'm going to do with them, what experiments I'm going to do with them. I'll go around from room to room and I talk to different teachers. And so if they say they're doing something, I can always say, well, we did a unit on that at Yale, and I'll go to the library and find a unit for them because it's right in our library at school. I kind of like pass on the word, use these units.
The whole beautiful part about this is that not only are we able to help ourselves as students, but we are also able to help other teachers.
And they are thrilled when their units that they develop are used by other teachers. They feel also very useful as resource persons when they go and answer specific questions on specific lessons. That gives them a sense of ownership of the curriculum and participation in the development of new lines of education here.
The written product at the end of an institute seminar
is not your usual kind of graduate paper, simply a laying out of that which has been discovered through the student's research and interpretation, but is a curricular plan, which is a plan for action.
I think the beauty of our units is that they're living, breathing organisms. They change with use. And I know that a lot of us use our past units and our present units and our colleagues' units, and during that process they change through the students' interaction with the units and through, you know, added research. And so I think that they provide an incentive for us to continue researching whatever topic it might be that we're involved in.
Oh, I'm excited about this year and the involvement of the Teacher Institute and thrust to develop a better curriculum for our children. And one of the things that I said at a meeting to them was, how do we get the energy that I see in this room, that I'm feeling in this room, how do we get that to actually be generated throughout the school district, where every teacher will feel the same kind of enthusiasm about teaching, about young people learning that you possess.
We become a school system, not just a school, not Jackie Robinson over here, Clemente over here, Murrow over here. We become a school system because, as you said, we've got the elementary, middle, and high school all mixed together from all over the city, all talking about common goals, and we realize we have the same frustrations and we can help one another solve these. I know different people have helped me along the way, and it's because I realize we're not in isolation.
Well, you know, the Yale-New Haven Teachers Institute is one of a kind. I mean, it really, in terms of a school-university collaboration, it's been going for over 15 years and has been viewed as a kind of model for other efforts that are beginning in other places. Yale and New Haven are kind of the mother lode for this kind of collaborative effort between colleges or universities on the one hand and schools on the other. It's been an unqualified success right from the word go.
To create an atmosphere within the school where learning really becomes an exciting exercise is what teaching is all about. And I think the teachers who come through the Yale-New Haven Teachers Institute, they rediscover and they learn new ways of bringing that passion back into the classroom setting. And that certainly spills over into the performance and attitudes of the students.
And to really do the kind of reform that the whole nation as a whole is trying to do in education, the hands-on certainly, to have children learn to teach themselves, ultimately empower the students to take education and make it their own, that really has to involve the teachers and really needs the teachers' input as the professionals that are there in the front lines dealing with the children.
The students have responded overwhelmingly in favor of the hands-on types of activities that the teachers have initiated. It's just a natural extension of what we're doing in the classroom, and just a stone's throw they can walk down to the water and continue their whole learning process utilizing what is available.
We have a great bunch of kids this year, and they've been pretty interested. We've been going outside, finding things. They've been coming back to the room and trying to identify them by using different textbooks and different other sources. So they've been really great about it. The kids have really enjoyed it. They come back every single day and they're really excited, so it's nice.
This is something very new for some of them. They are very, very enthusiastic and excited about what's going on. I've never seen such bubbling children.
Like a dinosaur shape or something. Me too. It's really nice. It looks like Tyrannosaurus. And there's a little squirrely thing about real small, and it keeps on moving. I'm gonna be quiet.
And that's what teachers do with a lot of the units, is they make the learning relevant. It's not just something written in a textbook by someone who was disconnected from their classroom or their school system. It was done by a person with whom They engage personally, and usually the learning is a long-lasting learning because students are engaged in it.
The Institute is an intensive educational partnership between Yale University and the New Haven Public Schools designed to strengthen teaching and learning in the schools and, by example, in schools across the country. The Institute assists other institutions with the development of similar programs to benefit their own communities.